how ancient civilization has been found in different countries and different areas like the Aztec. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about Nok Civilization. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nok View Podcast. In case you don't know, Nok View's podcast is simply about history and culture. Podcast will be uploaded every Tuesday. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on AudioMac. You can find us on Apple Music. You can also find us on Google Podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, on different podcasts. And I have the podcast also on YouTube. So if you are looking for the visuals, you can check on YouTube. So guys, let's talk about an ancient civilization in Nigeria that is really recognized. This is the Nok Civilization. So just like how we have the Aztecs in Mexico and the Incas of Peru, we also have the Noks of Nigeria. This simple sentence just simply shows that we have different civilization, ancient civilization in different countries, and they have been found out by archaeology and by archaeologists and historians. So our focus today on Nok View Podcast is the Nok Civilization. The Nok Civilization has been labeled as an ancient city because of it is old and have only artifacts and ruins left, which has been studied mostly by archaeologists and historians. Okay, so the Nok culture is a culture which provides evidence of the earliest ancient civilization in Nigeria. In case you don't know where Nigeria is in Africa, West Africa region to be precise, and it is recognized as one of the biggest country in Africa, if not the biggest. So according to recorded documents, there were some archaeological findings at a small village known as Nok near Kafanchan in the southern area of Kaduna. It has been said that the first Nok artifact was discovered in 1928 by Colonel Den Young, which is a co-owner of a mining partnership. But it was mainly stumbled upon by tin miners who were using water to remove tin ore from the soil. What they saw during the process is what we call the terracotta, which is the burnt clay. Okay, so it was in form of monkey's head, like the head of a monkey. So this burnt clay was in form of a monkey, and it was accidentally unearthed. It was found at a level of 24 feet from an alluvial tin mine. In other words, tin miners were just excavating, looking for tin, and they came across an artifact, and this artifact was burnt clay and the head of a monkey. So with that being discovered, it brought about a certain form of awareness that there was probably civilization in that area. So years later, they began discovering terracotta in other places. These places were Wemba, we had Jema, we had Katsina Ala. So terracotta was found in these areas. These areas where the terracotta was found, the terracotta figurines were found, is what is called the Nok culture area. The civilization has been seen as transitional culture between the Stone Age and the Iron Age in Nigeria because of the presence of a combination of stone and iron objects. But however, Taruga, when the first terracotta figurine was found, was a fully iron center because no stone tools were found there. So radiocarbonation is one of the tools that archaeologists have used to carry out excavation in Nok Civilization, which has shown the Nok culture that existed between the 5th to the 2nd century BC, and it is said to belong to the people who had a lot of things in common, including a well-organized economy. The Nok culture is definitely significant in Nigerian history because it has shown that there was civilization in Nigeria before the coming of Europe, and this civilization was organized and the people made iron tools and weapons. So apart from the iron smelting furnace and the terracotta sculptures of animals and human figurines found in the area, they are smelted tins because tin beads were found in some of the sites. Some of the people were also known to make poetry. To wrap this podcast up, the Nok heart has been described as geometric and rigid, and some areas in the Nok area still show practices seen in the activas, such as in Jeba. It has been said that people still use the hairstyles found on the Nok terracotta head. It makes me want to visit the Nok area in the present-day Nigeria, which we have Jeba located. So guys, this podcast has explained to you the presence of the Nok civilization culture in Nigeria.